Trump's tariff tandav has India all worried about an export slowdown, and while Trump accuses India of buying Russian oil and fueling the war machine and has imposed 50% tariffs on India, many speculated that it might be a move to pressure Moscow. Now it's official. The White House press secretary Karoline Leavitt has now said that the US president has imposed sanctions on India to bring an end to the Russia-Ukraine war. Listen to what she said.
The president has put tremendous public pressure to bring this war to a close. He's taken actions, as you've seen, sanctions on India and other actions as well. He's made himself very clear that he wants to see this war end.
Now, this comes after US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent accused India of profiteering by reselling the Russian oil while sparing China for the same, saying that it has diversified inputs of their oil. Now, Trump's trade guru Peter Navarro also earlier said that India's purchase of Russian crude fueling war in Ukraine must stop, signaling that the tariffs are being used as a leverage in geopolitical negotiations. Now let's talk numbers. In the wake of US tariffs, China continues to buy Russian oil under encouragement from Trump administration. India gets a 50% tariff for fueling Russian war machine is what Trump is saying, but China gets a 90-day extension even as it purchases Russian oil continuously. As per some reports, last week, Chinese refiners have purchased 15 cargoes of Russian oil for October and November deliveries as Indian demand is now falling. So basically, because Trump can't sanction Russian energy because the whole of Europe depends on it, he is punishing India for prioritizing its national interest. Russian embassy in India, though, on August 20 said that Moscow now aims to narrow the trade imbalance with India and continue energy supplies while seeking to remove trade barriers. The embassy noted that mechanisms are already in place to ensure steady flow of oil into India despite the geopolitical situation. On US tariffs, the embassy said, and I quote, "If Indian goods are facing difficulties entering the US market, Russian market is welcoming Indian exports." India has said that it will keep its national interests first. Meanwhile, New Delhi is hit economically, though 25% tariffs are already in place. 25% more will come in effect on August 27. India's April to July goods exports to US jumped 21% to $33.5 billion, while the overall exports grew only 3%. This shows that the exporters are panicking ahead of the deadline. Indian banking billionaire Uday Kotak has called on the Prime Minister's government to provide stronger budgetary support to SMEs, warning that India faces a major tariff shock from the US. Earlier this month, Anand Mahindra, the chairman of Mahindra Group, also called for more liquidity for SMEs, infrastructure investments, and incentives for manufacturers. Harsh Goenka, the chairman of RPG Enterprises, also suggested that India creates a fund to help exporters find new markets and attract the manufacturers relocating from China. Exporters call for improved domestic consumption as the international markets are looking tense. Modi has pledged a series of tax and regulatory reforms aimed at boosting business, like the cuts in GST and reduction in bureaucratic red tape. However, the economic impact may be bigger. Moody's has warned that 50% tariff on India will sharply weaken the demand for Indian goods, raising risks to trade and investment. Reports said that exporters might slash prices to maintain volumes, but that could erode profit margins, depress wages, and constrain new investments. Morgan Stanley echoed the same concerns. It said that India's growth could face a sharp slowdown due to the tariffs, and impact could range between 0.4% to 0.8% if duties remain for 12 12 months. The talks between India and US have been postponed, and that fuels the worry too. Now looks like it all depends on the negotiations between Russia and Ukraine on a peace deal. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments, and like, share and subscribe to ET Now for more such news and views.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.